The peace of the Lord be with you. Beloved in the Lord, I welcome you to the Diaspora Mission on Pcg TV. Precious one, this is the program that brings you to live on the activities of ministry and mission activity of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana when it comes to the diaspora. You know, the Presbyterian Church of Ghana is actually, you can describe it as a global church. It is not just a church situated only in the soils of Ghana. It has great and broad branches all over, expanding from other continents on the globe. And so the Present Church of Ghana is really growing and growing wild, and it's growing wild not just in Ghana, but outside the soils of Ghana. And so we have the Europe Presbytery, we have the North America, Australia Presbyteries, two presbyteries outside the soils of Ghana. Today, I have with me the chairperson, a whole chairperson of one of the presbyteries outside the soils of Ghana. And we are going to dive into issues of ministry in his presbytery and how the organization of his presbytery is going about mission. Remember, Agenda 2 million and the planting of 1,000 churches. The Europe Presbytery consistently for some time now have been topping the entire statistics of the church growth percentage rate for the Present Church of Ghana. And so having the chairperson here, we are going to dive into how and the strategies that he is using over there that is always growing and growing so well, putting the Presbyterian Church of Ghana's on that pedestal. So after this break, we'll be diving into the issues of ministry in the Europe Presbytery. Don't go away. Stay with me. We'll be right back. Welcome back, precious one. We have with us the Reverend Seth Tubate Ajokache, who happens to be the chairperson of the Europe Presbytery. Papa, you are welcome on Diaspora Mission.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Papa, you're looking good, actually.
Grace abounds. Grace abounds.
We thank God.
Yes,
we thank
Papa.
God.
Yes,
If you've been following our program on the Diaspora Mission, we've had Papa, we've talked about Papa's ministry in Ghana. He was in Asante. I worked with him. I was a small boy, and he was that big man there. And Papa has been working as a minister. So, Papa, how's the family?
By the grace of God, they are doing well.
Yes. And how is Europe Presbytery?
Well, Europe Presbytery is doing well by the grace of God. I think that we are still building on the foundation of our forebears. And as you have already said, we try each year to be able to grow minimum by 10%. And by the grace of God, I think for about 3-4 consecutive years, we've been able to hit about
Beyond
the 10.
That.
About the 10, yes.
Yeah. Last year you grew 13 plus, 13% plus. That is a remarkable growth. That is remarkable.
We are grateful to God.
So diving into our conversation, let's talk about the fact that you are able to, as a chairperson of Europe Presbytery. What is your structure? Do you also have directors in all the 7 departments? How is the work as a presbytery chairperson when it comes to the Europe Presbytery?
Well, thank you very much for the question. Yes, we also our setup is the same setup, few variations. We have directors. For now, we have only 6 directors. We are yet to appoint someone to head the education directorate. I think beginning of the mission, we were more interested about the other focus. And now we think that it is time for us to consolidate our gains by adding the education directorate. Yes, our education directorate for now would not look at the normal things that is done here. Ghana, yes, but our education directorate will focus on mission to schools, to colleges. So it will be more of, they will be driving us into our campus ministry. Because now we see a lot of people, a lot of Ghanaians, even traveling from Ghana to the UK, to Europe, to study. Yes, and we also have our kids who are born in Europe. they are with us, they attend churches, but once they go to college or university, then they are far away from church. So how do we continue to minister to them? So that is what the education department or directorate will be set up to look at.
Okay. So, Papa, some people may be wondering, in Ghana here, when we have a presbytery, there is this structure of presbytery standing committee, presbytery council meetings, presbytery sessions. Do you have those structures, and how do you manage? Since we know that this place, hardly would you get people even sitting for a long time.
Sure. Thank you for that question. Yeah, we have all the structures. So we have the presbytery council, we have the presbytery council standing committee, and we meet regularly, just as those here in Ghana meet. So, for example, the presbytery standing committee meets once every month. Yes, and the council meets quarterly. Every quarter. Yes, and then the presbytery itself meets annually. So, because of the way Europe is structured and the geographical location of our district, so presbytery standing committee meetings are held online. So we have online meetings for presbytery council as well. It is held online, and by the grace of God, all our district ministers are full-time, so we could call them anytime. But mostly we have our meetings in the evenings, because that's when people, those who are working, especially the lay people on the council, have gone to work, and then they can come by, and then we could have our meetings. So yes, we do have our meetings online. And then for the annual presbytery sessions, we do it in person. So we move from country to country. So for this year, we met in the Midlands, which is going to be your future district. Yeah, so we met in the Midlands, and for next year, we are coming to Germany district. And we might either meet in Dusseldorf or Frankfurt or Stuttgart or any other place.
So Papa, you talked about moving from country to country.
Yes.
Europe Presbytery presently, how many countries are you working on?
So currently, let me just mention, we are in Germany. So in Germany, we have 2 districts. We are in Norway, we are in France, we are in Italy and Spain. We are also in the Netherlands and Belgium. We are in Czech Republic.
Wow.
Yes, we are in Czech Republic. We are in Hungary. Yes, Hungary. We started just about, less than a year now. December will be 1 year when we started the church. But it is growing very, very active and flourishing. We even have are in the Middle East. So we have a church in Dubai. They are also doing excellently. They are about a year old. So we started first online, and then I think since the beginning of this year, they've been able to start meeting in person. They have a place that they are meeting, and it's wonderful.
Wow, wonderful. This is a presbytery that is not just one country presbytery, not just 5. No, I lost count of it. Beloved, we will be right back after this break when we are going to look at the mission drive of the Europe Presbytery. Since we have the chairperson here, we will be diving more into the activities of the presbytery. Stay with us, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We are still on Diaspora Mission of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana on PCG TV. For in thy light there is light. We are throwing more light on the mission work of Europe Presbytery. I have with me the chairperson, and so we are going to really dive more into his mission activities over there. And let me say that just as he mentioned, that they have been topping in this year, the 2024 statistics also indicate that they are still on top, and Europe is doing great mission. So we are going into it, the mission activities of Europe Presbytery. So Papa, what are the strategies that you have put in place when it comes to mission work? I know it's working for you. So what is actually working that Europe Presbytery is always recorded increase in your mission? Not just increase, but above the 10% threshold.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that question. I think they are in 2 folds. The strategy. So the strategy, first strategy, is to make sure that we maintain the membership that we have, as we also win new people. So, for example, our churches, already established churches, we make sure that they are able to maintain their members. So we'll be able to get also new ones.
Okay.
By the grace of God, Ghanaians like traveling.
Yeah.
So almost every day, you get people traveling all over the world. So we make ourselves visible, especially on social media. And so we are on WhatsApp, we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on TikTok. And that is a very easy way for people to locate us. And because we have a very strong online presence, people they see our videos, they see our reels and short clips, and then I get telephone call, okay, I have moved to this area, what is the nearest church? And then we direct them. And where we don't have churches, then we make sure that we keep pastoral contact with such people who move into new areas. And then gradually we try to use them to start a church. So, for example, the church that we have in Czech Republic, the church that we started last year in Hungary, in Budapest, these were all new churches that we started around few Presbyterians who moved to this area. Then we use them to start a church.
Wow.
And gradually, that is what is going on. Same with Dubai. And once we start, then other Ghanaians also join us, and then it picks momentum. And then, so that is one strategy.
Wow. Wow. So, Papa, let's say somebody has traveled outside, and the person wants to start, is a Presbyterian, wants to start a church.
Yes.
What are some of the key things the person will have to be abreast with in order to be able to organize some people, and you have a place that they contact you for you to be aware? How is it done?
Well, it could be done in so many ways.
Okay.
One, you could use the Presby Connect app.
Yeah,
where you can locate congregations that are close to you.
Okay.
And secondly, if you don't have any congregation close to you, you could just call the contact of any agent.
Okay.
Or you could call me personally. And once you call me, then I look for the area you are, the district minister there. I tell the district minister, so we have one person here, we follow up. So it will be initially with telephone calls, once in a while, checking on you, how you are doing. And then gradually, we try to work on you and conscientize you that God brought you there for a purpose. So if you are one person, find another person. And that is how it starts.
Then it starts.
Yeah. So you find a friend, and then we could start online prayer meetings with you. Gradually, we could have Sunday services, and sometimes on Sundays, I will join, officiate, give communion. We have communion service online.
Wow.
And once all these things start, then it starts building momentum. They start inviting their friends, and gradually then we say, okay, fine, now can we start looking for a place?
Okay.
And once you start and you get a place, it may always come with a cost. And then we'll see how best we can
be able to
raise the initial finance to support you. At least for the few months, you'll be able to sort your rent. And once you start moving and meeting gradually, you become financially stable, and then you can take care of the cost of your rent.
Wow. We know that the cost of the rent is very high. But let me come to your presence. And you mentioned earlier that your social media presence is one of the key ways of reaching to people, of a lot of people. Yes. Beloved, let me mention that you go to TikTok and you see Papa answering, doing a lot of interviews and chit-chats on. Recently, I saw the youth camp or something.
Yes.
And then you were talking about it, inviting people for it. Papa, how is the youth ministry over there?
Very, very good. Very active. If there is one group that is very active in Europe, I think it's the young people.
Wow.
It's the young people.
We were thinking the old people are the...
Well, the old people, they are also there. They are active in their way.
Yeah.
But the young people, they are also active. And you see it. That the thing about the young people is that they flaunt what they have.
Wow.
They are not like the traditional Presbyterian. We want to keep the hand. They want to show. They want people to see. And actually, that is how we grow, because they are the people who are readily ready. They are always ready to bring their friends. And how do they bring their friends abroad? They show pictures, they show videos that catch their kind of people. My predecessor used to call them the digital natives. Yes, they are living in digital space.
Sure.
And so we capitalize on the digital space to bring them into a physical space.
That is great. The Bible says that he will send us to where the people are.
Yes.
And so if they are digital,
Yes.
let's go there.
Yes.
And so on TikTok,
Yes.
Euro Presbytery, just check on TikTok, Euro Presbytery, Facebook, and you will see videos. You will see Papa even in the videos. In their camp, I watched and they were dancing, jumping. And when it comes to prayer too, you see them solemn, praying so well. You see how they blend every aspect of it, making them holistic when it comes to those things. So Clan is also directing all these affairs under the YPG Children's Ministry. So you have the Clan also coordinating that.
Excellent. I have a very hard-working Clan director, the Reverend George Yebuabuachi. Yes, he's doing great, and he coordinates
Reverend
all the
Buachi,
groups.
we salute you. We salute you.
He coordinates all the groups very excellently, and I am blessed to have him. And then Reverend Lawrence Tete, who is also the M&E director, also on top of his job. So the combination between these two very active ministers and missionaries of God also makes my work very easy. For example, I could not attend the youth camp that I so much promoted, but they were there to make it an experience for the young people. So that's how we work as a team.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We thank God for that. And so, ministry in the Euro Presbytery. Papa, we will be going for a break.
Yes.
But when we come back, I'm going to take you to how your DSS department is functioning, how your ESR is also functioning. You mentioned that education is what is yet to be established, and therefore you have the finance, administration, and the rest. So we'll be talking about them and how they are also working. Beloved, we have the chairperson himself for the Euro Presbytery. I believe you are getting the vibe of the taste of how the Euro Presbytery is functioning when it comes to the mission activities of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. After this break, we are going to dive into other areas of the Euro Presbytery. Stick and stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, beloved. We still have with us Reverend Seth Ajokache, and Papa Seth is taking us into the activities of the Euro Presbytery. He happens to be the chairperson. He has been in ministry for a long time. He has a lot of experience. He used to be a YAF chaplain in Asante Presbytery.
Yes.
So for youth work and other activities, you cannot bypass him. And I think he is the youngest chairperson. Would you be the youngest chairperson?
I don't know currently.
Okay, all right.
We'll have to research into that.
Okay. Physically, when they appear, you will see him to be the youngest. We don't know the age.
Baby face, Yes.
So, Papa, when it comes to the other departments, development and social services, communication and social relations, finance department, and then administration and human resources, how is the Euro Presbytery coordinating, and what are the things that they focus on to help the mission activity?
Thank you very much. So let me start with DSS.
DSS.
Yes, which is Development and Social Services.
So
our DSS basically looks at what support we can give to our members. Because if you look at Europe, most of the things, the social things are taken care of by the cities, by the states. So if people are not working and they are properly documented, they receive some kind of allowance from the states. So that does not become our headache. Rather, our headache will be how do we support people to know what is available for them. For example, if you are not working, there may be in your city or in your country things that are there that you can access. to support you in terms of transportation, to support your children's after school activities and these kind of things. So we are more research based. So we find that, okay, in the Netherlands, when you are living in Amsterdam, during the summer until November, until the winter, children are supposed to ride, children up to the age of 12 are supposed to ride free.
Okay.
So we give that information out to parents so that they can access all those kind of things. It is there, but unless you apply for example, the children have what they have transportation card.
Okay.
Let me see if I have mine here with me.
Okay.
So once, so this is mine.
Oh,
It has
okay.
your photograph. So
Okay.
once you have that for your children, between the vacation period in the summer until November, you just go and activate it, and then there is free travel within the city of Amsterdam.
Oh,
Buses, train for free for every child under 12.
Wow. Wow.
This is just to support parents so that they will be able to move their children from A to B, to attend activities and all those kind of things. Yes, for those parents who are not working or are not working full time, or you are in maternity, there might be some support for cultural, sports activities, because these things are not for free. But you need to apply for them so you can enjoy them for free. So we do the research, and then we share those information with our members, and so they can. And then for those who are not fortunate to be documented, there are also organizations that give like free medical care and all those kind of things. Then we direct them to those places. We make sure that the places they are going to access help is safe, where they will not go and then the next time, they are being chased and the rest. So it is more of that, and it is country specific, because we are dealing with different countries.
Yes. Yeah. What about the ESR? Here we look at the diaspora, then we are looking at the communicable bodies. How do you play along?
So our ESR department also looks at developing our network within the churches that they are in, or within the localities that they serve in. So, for example, in the UK, we have had long relationship with the United Reformed Church. So we try to keep that that relationship and see how we can learn from each other, share ideas. Most of our churches in the UK uses the properties of the URC for their church service. Some also use the Methodist Church properties for their church service. So that gives us the working relationship. So we use the facility. Well, we pay something also for using it. It is not a totally free thing that we are depending on them. We pay for usage, but because we are related, sometimes we get some discounts and rebates in that area. For example, in Amsterdam, one of our churches wanted to buy shares in a church building. It was not possible for them to buy the whole thing because it's supposed, by the nature of the law, that particular property must be owned by churches together. So one church was moving out, the Catholic Church was moving out of the partnership. They were selling their shares. We had to go and buy the shares and become joint owners with the Protestant Church, which is Presbyterian, the Lutheran Church. So we become also joint owners of that property, and the Baptist Church. So 4 owners. 400,000 euros. We didn't have it.
Wow.
Yes.
Just a share, not the entire property.
Yes, a share. So it's about a quarter of the property. 27% of that property. 400,000 euros. We don't have it.
You sure?
Yes. But with our connection through the ESR thing, we're able to speak with our friends in the Protestant church in Amsterdam, and they invited us. We met their board. We did a presentation. They look at our figures. So they offered to give us the 400,000 for us to pay within a period of 10 months.
Wow.
10 years.
10 years.
Within a period of 10 years.
Wow.
So which means that every month we are going to pay like 4,000 plus.
That is also not small.
It is not small. but once they supported us and were able to acquire the share, and the church members feel comfortable, then you see that they become more active. The church is also growing, because they are not going to move from place to place. Then you have a steady source of income or a steady stream of income to be able to meet the mortgage and at the same time attend to the spiritual needs of the people.
Wow, Papa, let's end on the administration.
Yes.
How do you do the under AHRM,
Yes.
Administration and Human Resource
Yes.
Management?
So we also have the department just like we did. So AHRM principally is concerned with how the church is administered, administrative laws that we have to look out for and not if you like, flout those laws. Yes. So basically, for each country, so for the UK, you need to register as a charity. You need to make sure that at regular times you publish your accounts. You need to do, if you're applying for what they call gift aid, which organizations are there, and then they give those informations and guidance. If you want to register your church, they help you do all that. And it's the same thing on the continent also, because different laws for every nation.
Wow. Very, very, very insightful, Papa. So finally, mission in general, mission activity in general, when it comes to the Europe Presbytery.
Yes.
What is the direction and what are the things you are focused on in order to keep the agenda 2 million planting of 1,000 churches in place?
Sure. So our mission focus, number one, for our own Presbyterian members, children, so the young people within our fold, to really make them cherish that they belong to a community that cares and a community that listens to them and that they are also important to that community. So we should make the young people and the children feel at home, so that when they have reached the age that they can take decisions for themselves, they don't decide to leave our churches and go join other churches.
Sure.
That is one of our focus. Another focus is to build another congregation which will run parallel with our traditional Presbyterian church.
I see.
But this church is able to minister to the needs of the indigenes and also be able to win other nationals. That is what we call...
Not necessarily copying the indigenous activities to the other one.
Yes. So, and that is what we call the Global Presbyterian Worship Centers.
Okay.
In the Global Presbyterian Worship Centers, it is structured in such a way that, yes, we are Presbyterian to the core, so far as our doctrine and theology is concerned.
Very good.
But we are ready to modify our theology to suit the context in which we are.
I see.
So if we are in the UK, we are speaking only English.
All right.
We're speaking only English.
Okay.
So we can really communicate to the heart of indigenes. We can communicate to the heart of our own children who have born there, who see themselves more English than Ghanaian.
I see.
And then they can also invite their friends and feel at home. If they go to the traditional church where they're speaking 70 or sometimes 90% Twi or Akan, people will not feel welcome. And it is very difficult if you find yourself in a church which is supposed to be a safe space and you see yourself as a minority.
Wow. So, Papa, your final words. Our time is up. So, your final words to our cherished viewers.
Thank you very much, Papa. My final word to our cherished viewers across the world is that they should pray with us. And I believe that is partnership.
Sure.
Through prayer, they should partner with the Euro Presbytery. We have ambitious objectives and goals. We want to plant churches in every major city in Europe.
Wow.
Every major city in Europe. So they should pray with us.
Pray with us.
Secondly, they should also encourage their relatives who are Presbyterians that whenever they are traveling, they should look for the nearest Presbyterian church. And if they don't find one, they should call me and I'll make sure that we will use them as missionaries to start a Presbyterian church.
Thank you so much, Papa Chairperson.
Thank you very much.
And that is Reverend Seth Tubate Ajokache. Papa has given us a lot of insight when it comes to the Euro Presbytery. He happens to be the Euro Presbytery chairperson. Just last year, they celebrated their 10th anniversary. They are in their 11th year, and they are growing wild when it comes to the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. And the Diaspora Mission, just as he said, in every country that is within their purview. They want to be present there and make sure Christ is known there. His request is that pray with them, pray with the Europe Presbytery, pray with us, so that as time goes on, everywhere the church steps and every vision that comes to the church will be implemented to the glory of God. Papa, we thank you for coming around.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sure, Papa. Beloved, it's been with us on Diaspora Mission, and it's been a wonderful discussion that we've had. We pray that you are always inspired on this program and charged to do more when it comes to the mission work. Partner with all the activities of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana in prayer and in support in every way that you can. It's been with me, Reverend Ebenezer Ahinkan Owusu, on mission, Diaspora Mission. God bless you. Next week, we'll be meeting you again with another exciting discussion. Bye-bye.